Antigua and Barbuda's Prime Minister Gaston Browne asked Prince Edward and Sophie to use their diplomatic influence to achieve reparatory justice for his island nation from Britain. His remarks came during a meeting between the royal couple and Mr. Browne and his cabinet in Antigua on the latest leg of a tour that has taken them to two other island nations, St. Lucia and St. Vincent and the Grenadines, on a mission to celebrate the Queen's Platinum Jubilee. Mr. Browne, a Manchester University-educated former banker who has been his country's PM since 2014, told Edward, 58, and Sophie, 57, that his nation wanted to replace the Queen with a president as head of state eventually. But after the couple were met by placard-waving protesters in St. Vincent and the Grenadines on Saturday demanding compensation for slavery, he insisted it was not his country's style to arrange demonstrations. Mr. Browne, 55, said he understood the royal family did not get involved in contentious issues, but he wanted them to understand these issues. So you can use your diplomatic influence in achieving the reparatory justice that we seek. He said, "We continue to have the Queen as our head of state, even though I should say we aspire at some point to become a republic. But that is not currently on the cards, so she will remain as head of state for some time to follow. We're not trying to embarrass you, we're just trying to build awareness. You may not necessarily comment on this issue as you represent an institution that doesn't comment on contentious issues. Our civilization should understand the atrocities that took place during colonialism and slavery, and the fact that we have to bring balance by having open discussions. We believe in constructive engagement, so you'll notice there weren't any placards, because for us it's about having open and objective discussions. We understand that the nature of your job is not to get involved in contentious issues, but at the same time it's important for you to understand these issues. You can even use your, let's say, diplomatic influence to build bridges in achieving the reparatory justice that we seek here in the Caribbean. Because the reality is we have been left bereft of important institutions such as universities and good medicinal facilities. Across the Caribbean, nations are seeking reparations from Britain and the royal family for their part in the slave trade in bygone centuries. Antigua and Barbuda, a separate island which was one of Princess Diana's favorite holiday destinations, is part of the 15-nation Organization of Caribbean Countries CARICOM, which has a 10-point plan for reparatory justice. Its demands include a full formal apology from Britain and other Western nations, the right for the descendants of 10 million transatlantic slaves to return to Africa, debt cancellation, and various types of financial help to overcome the legacy of slavery and colonialism. Last week Edward and Sophie were forced to announce they were pulling out of visiting Grenada on the week-long tour after there were tensions over the itinerary, and the country decided their plans to visit for only 8 hours would fail to achieve the twin aims of showcasing the island nation and celebrating the Queen's 70 years on the throne.